Hello and welcome to the Premier League Invitational. I'm Adam Smith and I'm delighted to say that I will be joined by my good friends Joe Tomlinson and Harry Panera for the next 5 days. We're with you for 5 days. We've got 4 big matches today to find out who is the ultimate FIFA 20 player in the Premier League. Joe, I'm very excited.
Oh, I'm absolutely buzzing for this, Smithy. We've all been missing football, haven't we? So hopefully we can keep you guys at home entertained. A reminder, though, to stay home and save lives. The prize fund for this Premier League Invitational tournament will be going to the Players Together Initiative too. So that is great to see. There are 4 massive games today. So let's have a look at who is playing. Game number 1, we'll see John McGinn, the Scottish international, representing Aston Villa, and he'll be taking on Neal Maupay, Brighton's striker. Game number 2, we'll see Arsenal against Watford, and we'll see our first celebrity player, Josh Franceschi, taking on Watford's Nathaniel Chalobah. Game number 3, we'll see Burnley's Dwight McNeil, hotly tipped in this competition, taking on Ryan Fredericks of West Ham.
I'm just trying to connect my iPods.
And game number 4 is Bournemouth versus Southampton. One of the favourites for the competition, Philip Billing, highly billed, will be taking on Angus Gunn in the South Coast derby between Bournemouth and Southampton. And I'm so excited for this one, Smithy. Do you want to just run through how the rules are going to work for the people at home?
Yes, of course. This is the all-important rule explainer. So pay attention so that you fully understand what is going on. The EPL Invitational is a straight knockout tournament, Joe. It takes place over 5 days. Each round consists of just one single match. Every Premier League club is represented by either a player from their squad or a celebrity fan. The draw took place yesterday. Jamie Redknapp and his son did the draw. On day 1, there are 4 round 1 qualifying matches. We then go into the last 16 on days 2 and 3, and the quarterfinals take place on day 4. Both the semi-finals and the final take place on Saturday, our 5th, and of course, final day. Importantly, the games will consist of 2 6-minute halves. In the event of a draw, the result will be determined by golden goal, which is set to be very exciting indeed. Every Premier League squad will be 85 rated in kickoff mode as they battle on the PS4 to find out, Joe, who is the best player in the league.
Yeah, extremely excited about this. Let's have a look at the draw in full then, because there are some massive teams in the competition. The first standout fixture, obviously, Manchester United versus Liverpool. First out of the hat yesterday. Really excited about that one. Tottenham versus Newcastle. Chelsea, represented by Reece James. Everton, represented by Andre Gomez, to face off there. Manchester City versus Crystal Palace. That will be Wilf Zaha versus Raheem Sterling, 2 of the league's best wingers facing off there. 2 teams going for the top 4. Wolves versus Leicester will also face off. And then the tournament favourite, Todd Cantwell, representing Norwich, will play against Lys Mousset of Sheffield United. As you can see, the rest of the games, today's games, will be battling it out for a place in this round of 16. The other 12 teams lucky enough to get byes through to the round of 16. Smithy, is there anyone in particular you're looking forward to seeing today?
I mean, look at that draw, Joe. I think so many big fixtures, not just today, of course, but in the tournament. Man United against Liverpool, 2 of the heavyweights in the Premier League, of course, first out of the hat. I mean, there's so many. I've got the draw in front of me. So many great fixtures. Spurs being represented by Moussa Sissoko, of course. He will be up against his old club, Newcastle, in the first matchup. You've got Arsenal against Watford, which is the Battle of London Colney, of course. They're 2 training grounds, both at London Colney, back to back. So it'll be interesting to see who comes out on top of that one. I think you alluded to it, Joe, as well. Man City versus Palace, for a lot of people, is one that jumps off the page because that is Raheem Sterling against Wilfried Zaha, of course. So there's a lot of great fixtures early on. Is there a particular fixture that jumps out for you, mate?
I'm looking forward to Wolves versus Leicester. Diogo Jota will be playing against Wilfried Ndidi. I'm really excited about that one. But yeah, Todd Cantwell. Everybody's been ranting and raving about him in the FIFA community, haven't they? He's been playing games against FIFA YouTubers and other influencers in the community and winning them. So I'm very excited to see Todd Cantwell. There's going to be a lot of pressure on his shoulders, it has to be said. But having said that, there's some great games today as well. Philip Billing, also a tournament favourite coming into this one. I'm very excited to see that South Coast derby because Angus Gunn is a fairly unknown quantity at this stage. So that could well be an underdog story there. And then we've got the celebrity players as well, haven't we? Tom Grennan representing Manchester United. there's not a bigger game than Liverpool and Trent Alexander-Arnold to start us off there, Smithy.
Yeah, there's a lot of favourite players, if you like. It's tough to pick a favourite, sort of, so to speak, Joe, because we've seen some of them play. We know a little bit about some of them. I think Neal Maupay, who is first up for us, of course, hotly tipped by many people. Todd Cantwell as well. I've seen Trent doing a lot of practice and talking about it quite a while. Any other names you think could be in contention? You mentioned Billing there as well. He's another name that we think could go far in this tournament.
Yeah, Philip Billing, Dwight McNeil also. There's quite a lot of pressure on his shoulders in the Burnley community, but I'm pretty sure he will be able to hold up very well. And then Watford's Nathaniel Chalobah too. But let's not forget today's game. First up, obviously, we've got John McGinn versus Neal Maupay. I can't wait for it. I'm already ready, Smithy.
Yeah, I think the players might be ready, actually. So, of course, our first match is Aston Villa against Brighton. John McGinn representing Aston Villa. John, how much are you looking forward to this game?
No worries. Okay, no worries.
John, it's Smithy. Can you hear me?
Okay, cheers.
John, it's Smithy. We're just testing if you can hear me or not. Can you see and hear me? Ahead of our first game against Neal Maupay, how are you feeling, mate?
I'm feeling good. Feeling good, nervous.
And give us an insight into your level and your ability on FIFA, because Neal Maupay, a lot of people tipping him to go very far. So tough first fixture. What are you like at the game?
Terrible. I've played it for 4 weeks solid, but I'm nowhere near his level. So it's a David v Goliath start.
I like your honesty. So when you say you've played it for 4 weeks solid, prior to that 4 weeks, had you played at all? Or very little?
Yeah, bits and bobs, but not as much as what I should have been to enter this competition.
And you described it earlier as David versus Goliath. Let's talk about your Villa teammates then. Who would you say is the best FIFA 20 player amongst your Aston Villa teammates?
I would have said Konsa, but Jota gave him a bit of a hammering, so probably Jack Grealish. He's probably the best.
Okay, Jack Grealish. Okay, and of course you described it as David Goliath there. Do you rate your chances though? I know that you said that Neal is the favourite, but can we see a famous underdog story in our first game today?
Yeah, it's going to be 4-5-1 formation at Villa Park. I'm going to be hitting it long to Wesley and just hope for the best.
I like that you're giving us your tactics as well. Quite confident. 4-5-1. Did you say?
4-5-1. If there's 11 men at the end of the game, it will be a surprise.
And of course, question that we're going to ask a lot of players: is John McGinn starting for Aston Villa? John McGinn.
Absolutely. I'm going to put myself skipper in a minute.
Put yourself skipper. Okay. Love that.
And on the penalties as well.
There we go. And of course, John, potentially, if it stays a draw, we could see golden goal. So are your nerves going to be able to handle a potential golden goal format if we need to see it?
Not a problem. I think I've got the talent in the squad to cope with the pressure.
Love that. Okay, so that is John McGinn there. Feeling, I don't know how to describe that, Joe. I think he's honest in his assessment. It's a David versus Goliath match, but also fairly confident, thinks that we might see an underdog. So I think we can all, from that interview, take that Neal Maupay will go into this match as a favourite.
Well, we spoke to Neal earlier in the season, didn't we? And Neal was talking about how often he plays FIFA. He's a regular user of Ultimate Team. So I'm hoping that John has played for the longer than that 4 weeks that he's letting on. And he's trying to just go in as the underdog and then play the game a little bit there, because we know that Neal is going to be an extremely strong player coming into this tournament. But having said that, I'm sure John's confident. Clearly must be if he's put himself as captain on penalties in the centre of the park, Smithy.
Yeah, I love that. And of course, Joe, it's not just myself and yourself doing the coverage here. We're also joined from his living room, of course. We're all broadcasting from the safety of our own living rooms. Our good friend, Harry Panero. Harry's joining us now. How are you, my friend? And how excited are you to be involved in this?
Mate, so excited. As you lot already know, as you can see in the back, I got my FIFA there. So I'm a proper FIFA fan. But it's going to be good to see like some of the top players in the Premier League going at it for FIFA. It's a game, but it's not a game. So I'm excited to see people like Todd Cantwell. I've heard he's very, very good. He's beat quite a lot of football players, I know. And also Sterling and Trent. I want to see how that works. So it's going to be really exciting, Joe, man.
Yeah, I completely agree, Harry. I'm excited just to see some of the big names we've got on display ready to play. Is there anyone that you think is the favourite going into this?
Like I said, Todd Cantwell. I've been seeing him online, absolutely giving out a lot of losses in it. So I feel like he's going to be one of the top ones. I've heard Billings good. I'm yet to see any footage of him, but I heard he's very good. So, and Trent, I've seen Trent at a lot of competitions, and he's never smiling. So I know this is something serious to him. So I'm looking out for Trent as well.
Yeah, I think we can actually hear from Neal Maupay now. Actually, Neal, are you on the line?
Okay, but I didn't get it, the thing with the front page of the...
Neal, can you hear us okay? Okay, we can't hear Neal just yet. Smithy, over to you.
Yes. Okay. So just, obviously, of course, huge technical going on behind the scenes to bring this to you, everyone from their living room. So we'll just sort that out so that we can bring you our first match. So while we do, John McGinn is with us. I'm gonna, John, if you can hear me, I'm going to quiz you on your FIFA knowledge. So I've got 5 quick questions. I'm going to be doing this with yourself and then with Neal Maupay, just to test you on your FIFA 20 knowledge. So all of these are stats in the game. Are you ready for this?
I'm not sure, but go on.
I'm loving your honesty, mate. First up, who do you think is the highest rated player at Aston Villa according to FIFA 20?
It'd be easy to say Grealish, but I'm going Pepe Reina.
Do you know what, mate? Great shout, because Grealish is second. It is Pepe Reina. So you're talking yourself down at FIFA here, John, but you got 1 out of 1. Pepe Reina, 82. There we go. So 1 out of 1. Next up, you mentioned Jack Grealish. Of course, he's been one of the talents of the season for Aston Villa. But who do you think is better at passing on the game? Leandro Trossard of Brighton or Jack Grealish?
I've been playing a bit of Ultimate Team, and Trossard is in a lot of teams, so I'm going to go Trossard.
Do you know what, mate? This is quite a tough question because Trossard 76, Grealish 77. So you have got that wrong, but I feel like it's a bit of a tough question to ask you there because there's only one in it. It's a bit of a tough one. Next up, which Aston Villa player is second in the entire Premier League with a physical rating of 88?
I would go Keenan Davis. He's an animal.
It's not.
Wesley.
It is Wesley. So I've got to take your first answer. Have they got that about right? Physical Wesley 88. That's about right.
I would say Keenan's a bit stronger, so Keenan's my super sub today, and Wesley's up top. So we'll just see how we get on. So
you're starting Wesley.
I'm starting with. I need the height. If I'm playing 4-5-1, I need the target man.
There we go. I love that. Okay, you are of course up against Neal Maupay of Brighton. Both of you 75 rated, but which one of you has the highest total stats? So total in-game stats added together. John McGinn, Neal Maupay. What do you think?
Oh, I'll go me.
It is you. Yes, so that is 2 out of 4.
Good choice.
It is 2 out of 4 higher in-game stats. You can always mention that if the result does go against you. You can always mention that to him. Finally, of course, we saw you score a stunning volley last season. Brighton's Yakumbash, of course, scored that brilliant bicycle kick this season as well. But which one of you has a better volley stat? Yakumbash or McGinn?
I'm not even going to attempt to say that name, so I'll go McGinn.
Yakumbash 70, McGinn 71. Correct. So 3 out of 5 for you there. Not bad.
Not
For
bad.
someone who doesn't play loads of FIFA, your knowledge seemed pretty good there.
I'm a football geek though, so I get away with something.
Okay, brilliant. So 3 out of 5, Joe. Not bad from John McGinn there. 3 out of 5 in our FIFA quiz. And I believe Neal Maupay is ready now to chat to you.
Yes, fingers crossed. Neal, can you hear us okay this time?
Yes, hello everyone. I can hear you.
Yes. How are you doing, Neal? How are you feeling?
I'm good. How are you?
Yeah, very good. Very good. We've just spoken to John McGinn. He seems quite confident about today. He said he's been practicing for 4 weeks straight. How confident
I know, I heard him. obviously he's been practicing, so it's gonna be hard for me. But I believe in my chance, and yeah, I try my best.
Now, we spoke to you earlier in the season. We know you play a lot of FIFA. How much FIFA do you play?
Quite a lot, but at the moment, because we're not training anymore and we haven't got games, like I'm playing every day. So yeah, I believe in my chance. I think like I'm excited, but it's a different mode. I play Ultimate Team, so it's different because this one is 85 rating mode. But let's see how it goes.
Yeah, how do you think that's going to affect your game playing as an 85 rated mode rather than your usual Ultimate Team that you're used to playing?
But in my Ultimate Team, I've got a lot of skilled players, and I do a lot of skills as well. So obviously in this mod, I wouldn't be able to do any skills, so it's gonna be hard. And obviously the players are a bit slower as well, so I need to adapt.
How competitive are you going to be today? Are we going to see a lot of sweaty goals? Are we going to see some wonder goals? How are you approaching this game?
I want to win, so like I'm gonna do my best. I'm gonna be focused, and I don't want to. I don't want to lose this, so I'm gonna try my best.
Great to hear, Neal. Let's test your FIFA knowledge then with Adam.
All right.
Neal, hi mate, it's Smithy. How are you? You good?
Good, I'm good. Thank you.
Good. Right, we know that you're a good FIFA player. A lot of people are talking you up as one of the favourites of this tournament, but I want to test your FIFA knowledge before the game starts. So John McGinn just scored 3 out of 5 in his quiz, testing about his FIFA 20 knowledge. There he is as well, you can see him. So I want to test your knowledge of FIFA 20. So first up, who do you think has the best finishing at Brighton according to FIFA 20?
I'd say Glenn Murray.
It is Glenn Murray, 84. So 1 out of 1. Congratulations. Right, you're up against John McGinn. We can see you there, both looking very competitive. But which one of you, this is going to be an interesting question, this one. Which one of you is faster, according to FIFA 20? Maupay or McGinn, and there's not a lot in it.
Nah, it's not me. No chance.
Yeah, I'd say me.
Do you know what I love about that? I loved how modest John McGinn was being. It's not me. And Neal just went, it's definitely me. I can reveal... McGinn 73, Neal Maupay 75. Neal, congratulations, you take that by 2 points. So it's 2 out of 2. Right, who has the highest overall rating on the Brighton team?
Maybe Ryan.
I've got to say, John, he knows his FIFA. It is 3 out of 3, so you've equalled John McGinn's score. John, you're getting a bit worried at this point that he only needs 1 more out of the 2 to win the quiz.
I might turn my Wi-Fi off.
Please don't. Right, Brighton, of course, known for defenders' ability in the air. But for the win, Neal Maupay, who has the better jumping stats out of Dunk, Duffy or Webster?
Duffy.
Once again, spot on Duffy. So that is 4 out of 4. This is for the cleats. John, I think he plays a lot of FIFA. Are you getting a bit worried here?
I might swap Wesley for a midfielder.
Okay, last up. We're talking about the Frenchman in the Brighton and the Aston Villa team. Frédéric Guilbert, Neal Maupay. Who is higher rated out of the 2, Neal?
Me, maybe.
It's not. Neal Maupay 75, Guilbert 76. So you did score 4 out of 5, which means you have won the quiz. So that is a nice little precursor to the event. Neal, how does it feel to get one over on your opposition?
I think we should start the game 1-0 up for me then. What do you think?
I have had confirmation from our producers we cannot do that, unfortunately. So we are almost ready to go. Thank you very much, guys. Neal, congratulations on winning the quiz. But of course, it is just a precursor to the main event. You are ready to start the game. Best of luck to Aston Villa and to Brighton in our first match. Harry, the competitive juices flowing already, and that was just the quiz.
Yeah, you can clearly see that these lot ain't playing no games at all. Neal looks like he knows his FIFA stuff as well, but I can see with McGinn, I can tell that he's got something under his sleeve. I'm not accepting that he's not good. I can tell, but it looks really good though. It looks like it's going to be a very good game. I can't wait. But look at Neal's got the gamer chair, so we got to be very wary about him. He's got the gamer chair. Let's have a look at his finishing, actually.
Yeah.
Oh, he's done the Steffies. This is going to be a good game. Joe, I can't wait. We was talking about this all week.
Really
I can't
excited.
wait.
Already, I'm excited. Of course, this is the EPL Invitational, a straight knockout affair as well. So it is a one-game shootout here between Brighton and Aston Villa. John McGinn versus Neal Maupay. There can be no prisoners taken today. Only a shootout will do it. Smithy, what can people expect from this tournament?
Yeah, so for those just joining, we've caught up with John McGinn and Neal Maupay. As we said, every team is involved. All 20 Premier League teams are involved. They're all represented by one person, either a player from their team or a celebrity fan. The tournament is knockout, so you lose one game, Joe, and you are out. It is as simple as that. So there is no time for a bad game or a bad moment in the game, of course. As we said earlier, if the game is equal after 90 minutes, we do go to golden goal.
There's a chance. First chance, Joe. It's 1-0 already to Neal Maupay. What a start. 6 minutes on the clock, 1-0 Brighton, Harry.
Yeah, Neal, I want to know talk us through that goal. What was your thought process for that?
I just saw my player made a very good run. So I just play him through and believe in my left foot.
So we've just got a question in from one of our fans, Neal. They asked, do you normally play with yourself on FIFA?
No, never. I've got my 99 card though, but I don't really like it, so I don't play myself. I'm on the bench though.
Oh, so you're like a secret weapon on the bench then?
Exactly. When I'm struggling to score.
Brighton are on the attack again. Neal Maupay looking very dangerous already. It's 2-0. 10 minutes into the game. John McGinn struggling a little bit here, but Harry, this is an unbelievable start for Brighton.
This is crazy. I can see that Neal Maupay again is really, really trusting his formation. Is this game in the bag for you, Neal?
Sorry, say again?
I said, is this game in the bag for you, Neal?
No, not yet. You know, in FIFA, you can be like 3 or 4-0 up and still lose. But the thing is, I'm playing the same formation that I'm playing in Ultimate Team, so I know what my player's gonna do. So that helps me, obviously.
Yeah, so 2-0 already, 14 minutes on the clock. Neal Maupay looking extremely dangerous. John McGinn needs to get hold of the ball a little bit, because at the moment, Maupay's in again. And it's a really good block in the end. These two teams have already met 3 times this season. Brighton won, Villa won back in January this year, and then Villa winning the other 2 games, one in the League Cup and one in the Premier League, Smithy.
Yeah, exactly that. And it's interesting to see that of all 3 of the games, Jack Grealish scored in all 3 matches against Brighton. As I say, one in the League Cup, twice in the league. So will Jack Grealish be someone that could play an important part in this game? Obviously, they're 2-0. Down now, so they do need to turn this around very quickly. Worth pointing out as well, we do know that Neal Maupay is a seasoned FIFA 20 player, plays a lot. He's got the chair, as Harry alluded to earlier. John McGinn plays less often, and I think we're seeing this now, Joe, aren't we?
Yeah.
I like to do some skills and before I shoot, so But yeah, in this mode, I can't do much rather than drag backs. So that's what I try to do.
Of course, all players in this mode, 85 overall, so it's a nice flat playing field for everyone, no unfair advantage. The only real difference is height and weight of the players, but it's pretty flat. And here's another chance for Maupay. Oh, squeezed just wide.
Yeah, John, we've got to come to you. We haven't spoken to you yet. 4-0 down, 36 minutes on the clock. Can you assess your first half performance, please?
Somebody said level playing field, no chance.
And there's another chance for Neal, Joe, as well. Oh.
Yeah,
could we see another goal before half time?
Potentially. I think we could be seeing a player that could go very deep in this competition. Of course, the winner of this game will face either Philip Billing, who is another favourite, or Angus Gunn. And at the moment, it looks like it will be Neal Maupay playing in that game. Harry, the people at home watching this, they must be loving Neal's performance.
Absolutely. So we've got a lot of people saying he's been training all night. But a lot of people are asking questions about John as well, and they really want to know, how does John rate the way he looks on FIFA?
Better looking than in real life.
And how about you, Neal?
Sorry, what's the question?
Oh, he's proper focused, he is. How do you rate the way you look on FIFA?
Oh, really, really, really bad. I mean, I'm only talking about my face. I don't think it looks like me.
I'm sure next year they'll change that.
And notice as well, we've got a couple of haircuts going on here, a couple of isolation haircuts for sure. It's half time though, and Neal is very comfortable at the moment. Harry, let's go to the fans.
All right, cool. So we've got some questions. We're going to start off with John. What is your go-to team on FIFA?
Normally I go Liverpool, just because Mane and Salah are rapid. But that's me finished with FIFA now. I'm not playing again.
And what about you, Neal? We would like to know, what is your... No, you found that funny, didn't you?
John, I'm sorry, but at the moment I've got plenty of time, so I'm playing a lot, mate. I'm playing a lot.
So, John, did you say you're making a triple substitution there? Who are you bringing on? What can we expect?
Kamba. And Samata's coming on. Samata as well.
Okay, so a triple substitution. We're ready to start the second half whenever you guys are.
I wasn't finished.
You can start it again. Yeah, you can pause it.
John wants to make a few more changes, I think, before the second half commences. John, do you want to just re-explain those changes? Because I think you cut out a little bit there.
Yeah, I was halfway through. I was interrupted there. So I've got Douglas Luiz coming on for the Kamba, Conta coming on for Engels, and Samata for Trezeguet.
And are you sticking with that 4-5-1 formation you started the game with?
I don't know if I want to give that information to Neal, but it's 4-2-4.
Just letting Neal a little insight there into what he's going to do second half, Neal.
Just want to give the fans something to cheer about.
I'm trying to keep. I will try to keep the ball and yeah, try to don't concede goals. Obviously, I'm already 4-0 up, so should be enough if I if I defend well.
Yeah, 4-0 then, and the second half is underway, Smithy.
Yeah, I think what's interesting, Joe, is that
Villa, there's a chance for a goal for Villa. Unbelievable.
Get the ball.
Well, have made the difference.
Look what it means to him
in John McGinn's bedroom. Talk us through it, John.
I just noticed a gap there at Matt Ryan's left-hand side, and I just rifled it past him. Great finish.
Yeah, an unbelievable finish and an unbelievable start to the second half. That 4-2-4 formation obviously paying dividends already, Harry.
Yeah, and the Villa fans are going absolutely mental on Twitter. So, John, you've done actually amazing there. We've got someone called Josh who's actually asked a question. Do you ever rage quit?
Yeah, I'm just about to.
Brilliant.
Neal obviously continuing to play this build-up football, very slow and steady, but working really well for him up to this stage. John, slightly more direct. You can see he's flooding players forward now. He's had to because he's obviously 4-0 down at half-time. As we said earlier, this is a straight knockout tournament, though. So at the moment, Neal is going through, Smithy.
Yeah, well, I thought what was really interesting, Joe, and John alluded to it at half-time, is that John pretty much told us how he was playing. He told us his formation. He told us who was starting. So he gave Neal a lot of information early on before the match had even started. And he's made a triple substitution and changed that formation at half-time. Joe, this could be the greatest comeback in FIFA 20 history if he manages to turn down a 4-goal deficit. Still a lot to do, though, as Neal's on the attack.
There's another chance, and Neal, it's the wrong side of the post. Fantastic build-up play, yet again, from Neal Maupay. Really, really hard to get near him on the edge of the box. You can see all of those foot hours paying dividends. They are looking impressive, this Brighton side. So Neal Maupay is playing some really nice football here. John just struggling a little bit to get hold of the ball. John needs to find some of that scoring form he's been on for Scotland. He's got 7 goals in his last 6 matches for the national team. And I think you just need to get hold of the ball a little bit, John. It's very, very tough. I can see it out there, though. Harry, is there any more questions? From the people at home?
Yes. So it's a question for Neal Maupay. Who is the worst player at Brighton at FIFA?
I don't know, because I don't think they're a lot, but we've got quite some old players, so I don't think they're playing. I think Glenn Murray would be the worst, but because obviously he's... I'm not saying he's really, really old, but at 39 years old, I don't think he plays a lot. So I reckon he's not really good.
The little one there.
I hope Glenn Murray isn't watching.
Hopefully not.
But I will say now,
I will say that John has actually started playing better football than he was in the first half. It's just a bit difficult to obviously come back from a 4-1 beating, but it looks all right for him. It should be all right.
Yeah, there's going to be some tough games coming up for Neal as well if he does indeed progress through this game, which it looks like this is fantastic build-up yet again, passing it around the edge of the area. You can see that where there's not that many skill moves, he's still managing to showboat a little bit on the edge of the area, Neal Maupay, which is fun to see at 4-1. I think there could be tougher tests coming up for him over the next few days, but John's still in this game, obviously winning the second half 1-0, but Neal Maupay just intricate build-up at the moment, isn't it, Smithy?
Yeah, it's interesting you say about Neal Maupay's route as well, because it looks to be quite tough. The winner of this, don't forget, this is Aston Villa Brighton. This is the first matchup on day one. The winner of this match plays the winner of Bournemouth against Southampton, which is Philip Billing against Angus Gunn. Now, without disrespecting Angus Gunn, Philip Billing is one of the favourites for the tournament. So a potential Philip Billing matchup could be interesting, Joe.
John,
yeah, the offside trap
offside
nearly
trap?
costing John McGinn there because the defence rushed up and Neal Maupay was in behind. Here's another chance for John, no! And Samatta just can't get on the end of it. The substitute on at half-time. Those substitutions have really made a difference, Harry.
Yeah, big substitution. I'd like to ask John, what was your thinking about the substitutions? Because they actually have paid dividends to your performance as well.
The three lads that were playing the first half just weren't impressing. They had to come off.
You weren't happy with Engel's half-time, first half showing then?
Nah, they are good with me at half time. He had to go.
What was the team talk like, John?
It was a hair dryer treatment. It's a good reaction. I'll take one in the second half. Can't concede now. Can't concede.
Yeah, there's a big last 10 minutes coming up here. John needs to really start pushing the players forward, get an ultra attacking or something like that, because at the moment, questions from the people at home for these two.
Yes, question for Neil. The followers want to know, who is the man of the match from your Brighton team?
Glenn Murray. He scored 4 goals. He's been really good. So Glenn Murray.
And how confident are you that you are going to finish the FIFA champion?
I don't know. Like it's hard to say because I don't know the level of the other players. So I might play a player who is like better than me because there are a lot of players better than me. So I don't know. I'm not sure.
And John, a question for you. How did you think your first performance went?
I thought it went all right. First half wasn't great, but Pro Evolution's better. FIFA's not my game anymore.
I see.
Nah, I'm joking.
All right, then.
I'm joking. Nah.
All right, Smithy, back to you guys.
Yeah, so Joe, what a first game we saw. Joe, we spoke about Neal Maupay being one of the early favourites. And of course, you lose one game, you are out. So that is the end of the road for John McGinn. He's very entertaining throughout. He's very honest in his assessment. But of course, that means Neal Maupay advances. John McGinn, unfortunately, John, that is your tournament over.
Fortunately.
Or fortunately, yeah, whichever way you look at it. Yeah, it depends which way you look at it, I suppose.
Neil,
Joe,
let's get one final thought from you then. Obviously, you progress to face either Philip Billing or Angus Gunn in the second game. Are we going to see anything change your end, or are you going to stick with the same tactics?
I think they've done quite well today. So I think the team I'm gonna play the same team. But maybe I will watch their game and see how they play, and maybe if I can change anything.
Yeah, they're game number 4, Philip Billing versus Angus Gunn. So make sure you tune in. You might be able to get some inside knowledge on just how Philip Billing is lining up that Bournemouth side. Overall, though, fantastic performance. Well done, Neil. You progress through to the round of 16.
Thank you. Well done, John.
Cheers, all the best.
There we go. Great to hear from both the players. So that is confirmation of our first result. It was 6-1 to Aston Villa. Here we go. So Aston Villa against Brighton, 6-1 for Neal Maupay 6-1 win for Brighton against Aston Villa. Unfortunately, John McGinn's tournament is over, but in his words, fortunately, because he's not a FIFA player to the level that Neal Maupay was. So our first victory was for Brighton. The next game's coming up in round 1, which will all take place today on day 1 of the EPL Invitational, of course. Arsenal versus Watford, that's our next game, game 2. Then we have Burnley against West Ham. And finally, the South Coast derby, Bournemouth against Southampton. So we can have a look at what that means for the total draw. So round of 16. Don't forget there are 4 matches, so 8 teams that will be competing in round 1. That's all based on the draw. The remaining 12 teams go straight into the last 16. So the draw was done by Jamie Redknapp and his son Bo yesterday. And our first result there you can see in the right-hand side of your screen, Brighton victorious. So Aston Villa, sorry Villa fans, your tournament is over. Brighton play the winner of Bournemouth, Southampton, and these are our other fixtures from today. So the next up is Josh Franceschi from Yumi at 6, one of 2 celebrity players playing for us in this tournament. We'll be up against Watford's Nathaniel Chalobah. Harry, so great first match. Final thought for the first game. What was your taking from the first game? Goals galore, mate.
Yeah, you could tell that Neal was a proper FIFA player. I saw it from the gamer chair. I knew it was going to be a tough one for John. But John's second half was good. I think he did try. I think the formation change was good for him. But Neal started doing flicks and turnarounds, and I just knew it was going to be a hiding. But it was a good game. But a great start actually. So I can't wait for the second one, man. Absolutely amazing game.
Yeah, great start to our first game. Joe, obviously we saw firsthand both players in action. How far can Neal Maupay go? Because he looked very good in our opening match.
Yeah, I think he's got to go down as one of the early tournament favourites. We obviously spoke to him earlier in the season for a different feature, and he was still talking about how much FIFA he plays. And this isn't even his go-to mode. He's usually an Ultimate Team player. So this 85 overall mode is a different style for him, but he just blew John McGinn out of the water. What a performance.
Yeah, very comfortable first win. So that is it for our first stream. Congratulations to Neal Maupay and to Brighton. Come and join us again at 1:15 for our second matchup. It's Arsenal versus Watford. Don't forget, stay home and save lives. We will see you very soon.